Okay, I'm gonna like open up to you guys because I normally have been telling myself that it's not safe for me to share my emotions due to having experienced so much emotional manipulation. However, I'm starting to realize that I have been taking on the curses of my mom. You know, I've been doing a lot of soul retrieval um, by putting out, um, awareness of how dark the world can be. And spirit has been guiding me in a different direction. Because I could see, I'm going to be honest with you guys, the trajectory I was going to be going into, I was just going to keep discovering more fucking darkness and actually just be a part of the problem. So, Spirit had me come across a beautiful channel, EarthAngel 1188. And I was a bit afraid to, click on it because I have been thinking that the whole world has been out to get me. So that's why it's so easy for me to tap into very vicious energies. When I was doing my soul, and I feel I'm still doing it now, but I learned that my mother started speaking curses over me at 3. I also remembered that when I was in my mother's stomach, she, would get high on a lot of drugs that should have really had me, come out messed up. But I was the one that kept her addiction at bay. She was able to basically do a shitload of drugs and not deal with the consequences of it. So my mother put a veil of not protection, forgive me. She put a veil of invisibility on me so that I could only be seen by toxic people because this was her reality. She got a reading done on me when I was a baby, like a kid or something like that. And she knew that she couldn't come. So she did a whole bunch of spell work so I could attract people who would hurt me to the point where I would get on an addiction or something like that or become a prostitute. Because my mother attracted her past and she was afraid to end it, and she didn't have the self-discipline to end her addiction. So I say all this, like, if I have hurt anybody's feelings and you're genuine, and due to me, seeing things from this perspective, where, like, I'm viewing you as someone who is being emotionally manipulative, I take full accountability for being emotionally manipulative in the following way of me not even acknowledging how I felt. Me not recognizing that, my external world is a mirror of how I felt inside. And this old version of myself that is leaving is this person that feels I have to be in this Queen of Swords energy because I'm afraid of an energy vampire, thinking that the world is just surrounded by nothing but energy vampires. Shit, man. I put so much energy energy vampire this and energy vampire that, that's all I was seeing. And then Spirit led me to get outside my comfort zone and click on EarthAngel 1188's video. She's a very beautiful, beautiful reader. Like, I really advise you guys to support her. Like, check it out. But, like, the way she break it down is very unique. It's not something for someone to acquiesce to. It's to simply just admire it and respect it and honor it. Because, like, she helped me get back so many pieces of my soul. Like, for the first time, y'all, I was able to laugh at the fact that, you know, my mother created a soap opera out of her life. Like, I remember, you know, the soap operas when I was little. You would see the person just like, Henry, I can't believe you said that. And a week later, do you know what Henry said? This is how he made me feel. 2 weeks later, everybody's talking about Henry because Henry said one thing. And this was my mother's life. So for the longest, I felt that I did not have a community. I felt that I had to be fucking lonely and miserable. You know, I had my kids ripped away from me. Like, it was very difficult to keep going. So I really started making like these videos so I could help people be able to identify how to identify malicious people who come into their lives and act like they, you know, they're for them, but they not. Like, to literally have your own mother do a veil of invisibility over you around the age of 3 is very, like, I'm super grateful I dealt with all that abuse, because now I actually feel safe to express myself. Like, I do not feel very safe when I'm trying to act like I don't have emotions. And before, I used to feel like if I express my emotions, I'm going to be negatively received. Or emotionally manipulated. And like, I'm starting to see like all the root work that was done on me to doubt myself. I have so much knowledge on how to identify someone who is trying to put together pieces to use against me that I didn't realize, you know, the worst person who could hurt me is me by not honoring my emotions. Because the way my emotions like to communicate, they're very active. They like to be free. And when I let them be free and float, we're well grounded. But when we just like numbing ourselves and closing our hearts off, me and my emotions, like my emotions reflect to me I'm being an enemy to them because I allowed the illusions of someone's fear psychosis to basically have me convinced that I couldn't trust my own emotions. But then I take accountability because, you know, I repeating it, but I'm starting to see I ain't do nothing wrong. And, you know, if I'm aware of this and I'm still doing this shit, then, you know, we got an issue. But now I'm just like, yo, I'm going to express my fucking emotions. Shit. If you going to try to emotionally manipulate me, well, let me tell you something. Every time I express my emotions, I get closer to the truth of who I am. And I'm going to be honest with you guys. There's some of you guys, you might be the sweetest people in the world. I pushed y'all away due to me seeing through the eyes of trauma. Man, you know, I discovered how I could really hurt somebody by, you know, only being able to see narcissists. Like, I was only attracting narcissists with this veil of invisibility. I'm 30 years young, y'all. Since I was a baby, like, I had all this shit done on me. And I've had, like, my children ripped literally from me by the people that wanted to basically get stability off of me. Basically, my root chakra was targeted from the get-go so people could hide their addictions and keep their shit at bay so they could be able to function, and I would take on that instability. And I'm going to be honest with y'all, like, I feel like I've lost some good people due to me letting the narratives of someone else control my life. So if I have, hurt your feelings and you a genuine person, yo, I apologize. And I wish you the best in everything that you do. And I'm not saying this on some Mercury retrograde shit like, well, let's link up. No, I wish you the best. I wish that you, do what you do. I wish that you be happy and prosperous and meet everybody that is deserving of your beautiful sensitivity. And in fact, I'm going to be viewing things from a new light. Instead of looking at someone as strictly all ugly and evil, I'm going to just look at it as, like, shit, I can learn from you. I don't really, like, get down with that type of energy. But, because I know my, sensitivity levels. But, like, yo, I learned something from you. So thank you for this moment. Now let me keep it pushing. So, basically to, like, just express how I feel, I'm very happy to be able to realize there's some really good people out here. And I've been feeling scared and lonely and shitty as hell. Like, the same people are going to keep, from my past gonna keep fucking with me. And I'm like, yo, what I've learned from all this conflict I have endured for 30 years of my beautiful life is that I will refuse to keep learning lessons from pain. I'm going to learn life lessons joyfully now. If you a high conflict individual and you want to use emotional manipulation to get close to me, it's not really going to work because I'm finally freeing myself from the fear that you can hurt me. Because literally the worst person that can hurt me is myself. And everybody who has been a part of my beautiful journey, I want to say thank you because, like, honestly, to be able to be this vulnerable, I literally hope that the whole world is able to be vulnerable and feel safe being vulnerable, even when they're around some people that don't have their best interest at heart. And that's what I got to say about that.